Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going on an absolute cosmic safari. We're stepping way outside our own solar system to hunt down the weirdest, wildest, and just most mind bending space trivia our galaxy has to offer. So, I want to throw this massive question right out to you to start us off. Is our home, our own solar system, completely unique in the Milky Way galaxy? I mean, for centuries, humanity could only look up at the night sky and just sort of guess. But today, thanks to some absolutely incredible science, we actually don't have to guess anymore. 6,000. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. NASA has now officially confirmed over 6,000 exoplanets out there lurking in the dark. That is 6,000 completely alien worlds circling other suns. It's a staggering milestone that literally reshapes how we view our entire neighborhood in the universe. And what's crazy is that our cosmic map has absolutely exploded in this tiny, tiny window of time. Back in 1995, we found the very first exoplanet orbiting a sun-like star. It was called 51 Pegasi b. Now, fast forward to 2025, marking the 30th anniversary of exoplanet science, and thanks to dedicated hunting space telescopes like Kepler, the rate of discovery is just accelerating at a breakneck pace to over 6,000 confirmed worlds. We went from literally zero to thousands in just 3 decades. Section 1. The weirdest discovered worlds. Let's pivot and look at the absolute freaks of the galaxy, the real trivia goldmine here. The sheer diversity of what we're finding out there is mind-blowing. It's like a cosmic zoo. We've got your massive gas giants, Neptunian worlds, rocky terrestrial planets, super-Earths, and mini-Neptunes. But that last point on the list is where things get really spooky: rogue planets. These are free-floating exoplanets completely untethered to any star, just these giant, lonely worlds wandering endlessly through the freezing, pitch-black void of interstellar space. No sun to warm them, no gravity to anchor them. They're just wandering in total darkness. How wild is that? And then there's this stark contrast in what these planets are actually made of. On one hand, you find these incredibly dense worlds that are dominated entirely by heavy iron or rocky cores. But on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, NASA's TESS mission has revealed puffy planets with the density of literal styrofoam. I am not kidding. They're shockingly bloated, balloon-like gas worlds. They're likely swollen and expanded by the extreme, scorching heat of their host stars, and they frankly defy our everyday logic of what a planet should even be. And if you thought a styrofoam planet was weird, forget your standard rocky deserts. We have identified terrifying lava worlds. These are entire planets covered in vast, churning seas of liquid fire. It's this completely hostile, molten environment that makes the absolute most extreme places on Earth look like a cozy vacation resort. The craziest part is that this science is so out there, it's directly fueling our best science fiction. Take the real exoplanet Tau Ceti e, for example. It's a super-Earth orbiting one of the closest sun-like stars to us. Now, if you've read Andy Weir's famous sci-fi book Project Hail Mary, this real-life planet actually inspired the fictional world named Adrian in the story. It just goes to show how closely pop culture and actual astrophysics are blending together right now. Section 2. The Goldilocks Zone and the Search for Life. Let's shift our focus to the ultimate holy grail of space exploration, finding Earth 2.0. So, to find life, scientists look for a very specific orbital path, known as the habitable zone. You've probably heard it called the Goldilocks zone, just like the fairy tale, right? We're looking for an area around a star where the conditions aren't too hot and they aren't too cold, but are just right for liquid water to pool on the surface. Because, let's face it, without liquid water, life as we know it simply doesn't stand a chance. But notice where we actually have to look to find these zones. About 75%, 3/4 of all the stars in our sky, are red dwarfs, or M stars. They are way cooler and smaller than our sun. And because they're cooler, their habitable zones are tucked up extremely close to the star. So what does this mean? It means the vast majority of our cosmic real estate hunting actually involves studying these tiny, abundant red stars and searching for planets huddled tightly around them. Section 3. New NASA space telescopes. To peer closer at those red dwarfs, we need much better eyes. And our capabilities are about to absolutely skyrocket. Mark your calendars for August 30th, 2026, because NASA is launching the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. Over its first 5 years alone, its massive field of view will capture 50 times as much sky as the legendary Hubble Space Telescope did in 30 years. The sheer volume of cosmic panoramas we are about to get is going to completely revolutionize how we scan the cosmos. So, what's the expected result of looking at all that new sky? 100,000. Yes, scientists predict that this single new telescope is expected to discover over 100,000 new exoplanets. Our map of the universe is about to get incredibly crowded, incredibly quickly. Section 4. Become a planet hunter. Because guess what? You don't just have to sit back and watch, you can actually participate. Becoming a citizen scientist is surprisingly simple and a lot of fun. Step 1. You can join official NASA participatory projects like Exoplanet Watch or Unite. Step 2. You can either sift through satellite data right from your computer, or, hey, if you have your own backyard telescope, you can actually use that to observe planetary transits. That's when we look for tiny dips in starlight as planets cross directly in front of their suns. And step 3. Your observations actually help real scientists track and characterize the orbits of these new worlds. Ordinary people, just like you, have already helped make thousands of important scientific discoveries. It's a real game changer. All of these bizarre lava worlds and styrofoam planets ultimately point back to a very deep, shared human purpose. As NASA puts it so perfectly, whether life exists beyond Earth is one of the most profound questions of all time. The answer, whatever it is, will change us forever. Which brings me right back to you. We now know for a fact that there are more planets than stars in our galaxy alone. So, with billions upon billions of planets out there, do you really think we are the only ones here? I want to hear your theories, so definitely drop your thoughts in the comments below. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.